morning, everybody. It is Wednesday morning here today. It's 11 o'clock. I just got my clothes hung out on the clothesline and I am cooking up some meat. I'm actually going to turn this burner up. I had to turn down to low because I was outside. I have some ground beef and an onion in here, so I'm cooking this up. I have lasagna on the menu for supper tonight. Good morning. So my meat is all cooked and I've drained all the grease off of it. I'm going to take a break though and get Emily in for a nap. I got Jacob who's grating the cheese, but I don't know if he's grating more or eating more. Which are you doing, grating more or eating more? Grating. So Jacob's going to grate that, and then I found this bit of cheese in the freezer. You're doing a good job. So I'm going to give Emily her bottle. She's over here. Her new thing is that she likes to go and take things out of the porch and throw them down in the basement. So I'm going to put her in for a nap and I'll be back. So I'm going to add some salt. And some pepper. Some oregano. Some garlic powder. And some Italian seasoning. I'm also going to add just a tiny bit of sugar. So I don't know if I'm going to use all of this meat for the lasagna. I'll see how it goes, and I can always freeze the rest and just use it for spaghetti another time. So I'm just going to let that simmer there for a few minutes, and I'm going to get my cottage cheese mixture ready. So I'm just going to mix up my cottage cheese filling. So I have my cottage cheese, and I'm going to put an egg in there, and I'm going to put a little bit more seasonings. I'm also going to add some cheese. Jacob, it's actually the next day here now. I was going to make this lasagna yesterday, but we got so busy doing other things that I didn't get around to making it. But Jacob grated all my cheese for me yesterday. So this, and I had my meat cooked, so this isn't going to take any time at all. We're going to have this, and I'm going to make a salad to go with it for supper. I was just wondering if I could have mixed everything in here, put my egg and that in there to save from dirtying a dish, but I don't think I'll be able to mix it very well in there. So I'm going to put my cottage cheese. Actually, this spatula is not going to be good enough, I don't think. Our egg. And I'm going to add a little bit of Italian seasoning in here too. Garlic powder and a little bit more oregano. I would have added Parmesan cheese too, but I don't have any, so. Now I'm going to start assembling it. You're so cute. All right, so I have everything that I need here. Ignore the mess. Me and Jacob went out for breakfast this morning. Me, him, and Emily, Jacob, and no, sorry, Ben and Audrey are gone for a sleepover with their cousins. They had their sleepover last night, so me and Jacob went out this morning, so I didn't get a whole, I didn't have a whole ton of time to tidy up yet. But anyway, I have my sauce, and I have 2 boxes of noodles, because I have 1 box that's opened, and then a new box. My cottage cheese, and then all my cheese there that Jacob grated, so I'm going to start assembling this now. Our lasagna is all ready. I have it covered here in tin foil. We're actually going to head to my mom's, so I was going to set the timer on the stove to do like a delay start to cook it, but then I thought we'd be rushing to get back, so I'm just going to take the whole lasagna to my mom's, and I'm going to bake it there. That's okay. Jacob's here playing with the Google. And I'm just going to bake it there, and then if there's anybody there that wants to have lasagna, they can, and then we're not rushing to get home because Ben has a baseball game tonight. Jacob's going for a sleepover.
Yeah.
Got your Sonic.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to head over there and spend some time with my sister and her kids, and so anyway, that's where we're headed now, and then I'm going to make a salad when I get back. I'm not going to take the stuff to make the salad there. I'll just bring it home and make that here. So anyway, we'll see you back here after. So we have a little visitor. The kids and I just came back from a party at the neighbor's house. Don't let them in the house, Audrey, if you're going in. Are you going in?
I'm going in the gallantry.
Okay. So we've been giving him some water, and we gave him some treats, and me and Jacob took him for a walk. And we're trying to find his owners, but no luck yet. So we have an ad on Facebook saying that we found him, so we're hoping that somebody claims him. So we'll keep you posted. What did you say you were going to call him, Ben?
Buster.
Buster.
Buster?
He's got no collar, but he just has a harness on. So he must have broke off his leash from somewhere, probably not too far away, but we'll see. All right, so as soon as I filmed that, the dog's owner showed up and he's gone home. So that was a happy ending to that story, because we were just wondering what we were going to do with this little guy if we didn't find his owner. So he's gone home, his owner just showed up, and she was happy to get him back. So happy ending to that story. All right, welcome back, everyone. I didn't get to show you the finished product of the lasagna from yesterday because we were at my mom's and it was just so busy with everybody there, but it was really, really good. It was really delicious. It had lots of flavor and it was really good, but I did forget to show you the finished product. Anyway, today I'm just getting ready to make some chicken stew in the crock pot. So I have my crock pot here. I'm just using some chicken breasts. So I'm not following any kind of a recipe or anything for this. I'm just kind of winging it here. So I'm going to put 2 frozen chicken breasts in there. I kind of wish I had been a little bit more prepared. I was going to use some of this here chicken stock, but then I remembered that I had some frozen chicken broth in the freezer. So I'm going to use that, and I hope it's going to work out okay since it's all frozen. So I'm just hoping that this turns out okay. What are you saying? What do you got? You got Audrey's bathing suit. Alright, so this is definitely not looking like much. I added another chicken breast in there, so I have 3 of them in there. And this here was just frozen, like vegetable broth. So when I had made vegetables, I had drained the broth, you know, the water from the vegetables, and I had put it in the freezer. Normally I would throw it in soup, but I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this in here as well. And I'm going to cook it on high, so this is just the chicken stock, which is what I was going to use to begin with. So I hope this will be okay. And hopefully this doesn't take too long to thaw. It's 10:30 here now, so I'm going to put that on high and just let that do its thing for a little bit, because we are going to go to my mom's for a little bit and have coffee with her. And so when I come back from her house, we'll probably be gone about, I don't know, maybe 2 hours. So I'll come back, and hopefully that broth will be thawed, and I'll get my potatoes and everything in there. So we'll see how that goes. I hope it goes okay. So anyway, we will see you back here after a bit. All right, we are back. We are back much later than I expected. We stay at my mom's a lot longer than I had thought. This chicken is cooked, and oh, I'm steaming up here. The chicken is cooked, so what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take the chicken out for a little bit, add some more liquid, and get my vegetables in there cooking, and cook them on high, and then I'll add the chicken back in. We're over here busy painting some rocks. I told them, let's make a list of what we want to do for some of our summer activities. So painting rocks was one of the things they wanted to do today, so we went down to the beach and got some rocks. That's a beautiful rainbow, Audrey. But look, you should dry your paintbrush off between each color, so because that's going to take a long time to dry where it's so thick. You're having a snack. What are you working on, Ben?
A pig.
A pig?
That's the pig.
And Jacob, what are you working on?
It's like, I don't know.
Not sure yet. Yeah. And then I told them we'll put a protective coating on them, and then maybe we can hide some of them around for people to see. So do you guys think that's a good idea? Or
yeah.
And we can put some out maybe around the deck. So I'm going to get my vegetables peeled and ready while they're doing their painting. Emily's just gone in for a little nap. So that's what's happening here. So I have my potatoes and carrots in there. I don't know, I'm feeling really rushed with this. It's 3:07 and I don't know if these vegetables are going to cook in time or not. I didn't put an onion in there, I realized I forgot. So I have this on high and I'm hoping the vegetables will cook in maybe 2 hours, I'm hoping. And then I'm going to add the chicken back in. I'll add some seasonings and hopefully it'll be good. I was going to add turnip as well, but I don't know if it'll cook in time. I might. I tried to chop the vegetables up small so that they would cook faster. So we'll see how it goes anyway. Alright, so my stew is done. I ended up adding the turnip and I added an extra potato and I added my chicken back in there. And but it wasn't made in time for supper, so we actually ended up going out for supper, but we'll have this tomorrow. But I'm just going to add some salt. And some pepper. And some celery salt. And some thyme. Some poultry seasoning. I don't know if I already said poultry seasoning or not. I added rosemary, but I think I said it was poultry seasoning. Oh, that's beautiful, Audrey. Audrey's just here showing me a picture that she drew. So I'm going to get this mixed in. And
5 flowers.
5 flowers. Great job, Audrey.
Did you know what kind they are?
Are they daisies? They're roses. Oh, they're pretty. And I'm going to mix up some cornstarch and some water and add that. Smells like soup, yeah. I'm going to add some cornstarch and some water to make a slurry and to thicken that up. So I have my, you can see, just equal parts of cornstarch and water. And I'm just going to add that in there to thicken that up. And then I'm just going to put the lid back on and let that thicken up for a little bit. So there's our stew. I just had it sitting in the crock pot today. We went out this morning and we were gone for the whole afternoon, so I just put it in the crock pot before we left and had it sitting on warm. So I have turnip and potatoes and carrots and chicken in there, so it's looking and smelling good. So I'm just getting ready to plate everybody's up. So there's one bowl. This is Jacob's bowl. We like to top ours with a little bit of butter and some salt and pepper. And normally I would have buns or something with this, but we were out all day and I just didn't have time. So we're just going to have the stew and it's going to be delicious just on its own. Welcome back, everybody. I'm just getting ready to make supper. For supper today, I am making hamburger and potatoes. So I'm just getting some ground beef cooked up. This was a package that I had cut in half. So I cut it in half and I'm just trying to stretch that out a little bit, and I'm hoping that tomorrow I can make maybe chili. I was thinking meatloaves, but mini meatloaves, but I don't know if that'll be enough, but I could make chili with it because with the beans and stuff it would be enough. But anyway, I just have my ground beef cooking here. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit. I'm just going to chop up an onion and get that cooking in there and add some onion soup mix. And kind of make it into like a gravy, and we're going to have that with mashed potatoes and I think some peas. Jacob has a baseball game. It's 3 o'clock now. Jacob has a baseball game at 6:30, so I always like to have supper ready a little bit earlier if I can. So I'm just getting this cooked up. I'm going to chop my onion and we'll go from there. Okay, so my meat is almost cooked. I'm just going to add in a package of onion soup mix and let the meat finish cooking. And I'm going to get my potatoes peeled. Should I turn that down? I'm going to turn that back up a little bit. Alright, so my potatoes are all peeled. That was all that I had for potatoes, so hopefully that's enough. I think it should be. And there's some leftover chicken stew in the fridge too, so if this happens to not be quite enough, somebody can have chicken stew. So my meat's all cooked and I have my onion soup mix in there. I didn't add any salt because I found the onion soup mix has enough salt in it, but I'm going to add some water. And turn this back on. And I'm going to add more water than that though. So I'm just going to add another. And then that will kind of thicken up a little bit with the onion soup mix. And then if I need to add a little bit of cornstarch to it to thicken it up, I'll do that. But so that's how that's cooking. I think I'm actually going to turn my potatoes on and get those cooking. And then if things are ready early, I can just kind of put them in the oven and keep them warm. But yeah, this is such a quick and easy supper. And everybody likes it here. So anyway, I'm going to just let this cook for a little bit and get this thickened up and let my potatoes cook, and I'll see you back here in a bit. So this is starting to boil, and I definitely want it thicker than that, so I'm going to make up a cornstarch slurry. I have my cornstarch. I'm going to add some water to that. This is definitely not my favorite cornstarch. Last time I had to get some at Walmart. This was the only kind that I could get. And I can't wait until it's gone because it, I don't find it thickens up good like the name brand cornstarch. So I'm just trying to get this used up. But anyway, I'm going to add some water to this and then mix it up and add it to my ground beef. And I think that's probably going to be enough. If you can even see, it's getting steamy here. I actually might add just a smidge more water. I like it to be thick, but not too thick. And then we like to pour ours right over, serve ours right over our mashed potatoes. There we go. That's looking good there. So I am just going to just kind of let this simmer on the stove for a little bit, and my potatoes are cooking over there, and I'll get some vegetables on in a little bit, and that'll be supper for tonight. Alright, so this is how supper's looking. This is Dave's plate. So we have our potatoes with our hamburger on top, and then I just had some frozen broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots, and I just put in some peas to mix in with that, and that is going to be our supper. There's Ben's plate. How was it, Jacob?
Really good.
Well, that's good. Audrey's eating hers. Emily, and I'm just going to get mine up. Jacob has baseball, so we're kind of eating just as it's ready here tonight. Welcome back, everybody. It's the next day here now, and I'm just getting ready to make up some supper. It's 1:30. Audrey and Ben, I could hear them playing from the window. If I can zoom in here. They have spent so much time out there this summer. I think like they have lived out there, and when they're not jumping on it, they're out playing toys on it, which is what they're doing right now, so hopefully they don't lose their toys. Jacob is at a baseball clinic, so I have to go and pick him up in a little bit. But anyway, I'm just getting ready to make supper right now. So I'm making little mini meatloafs with the rest of the ground beef from yesterday. I could have actually made this whole package into the hamburger potatoes, but I didn't have enough potatoes. But everybody loved that meal yesterday, and Dave and Jacob were both looking for seconds. But anyway, everybody likes meatloaf too, so I have my meatloaf. I have an onion that I already chopped, some salt, some pepper, onion powder, even though I already have onion in it, garlic powder. I'm using some breadcrumbs because I don't have oatmeal, otherwise I would normally use oatmeal, an egg, and some milk. Alright, so I have my meat in there. Don't laugh at my gloves. I like to wear these, and that way if I have to take them off and do something in a hurry, I can just take them off, and I just find it cleaner, I guess. I'm going to put this onion in there. This isn't a whole ton of ground beef, so I'm just listening to Ben and Audrey outside. They must be putting on like some sort of a show with the dolls or something, because I can hear them counting and like clapping. I'm going to put my egg in there. I'm going to put my breadcrumbs. I'm not going to measure, but probably like half a cup. Some pepper. Okay, so onion powder. Some garlic powder. And some salt. And a little bit of milk. I'm not measuring anything. And I can always add more milk if I need to. So I'm going to get this all mixed up. I'm just listening to the kids. They must be putting on a New Year's show out there, because I can hear them doing their countdown and then saying Happy New Year. Emma's in her seat having a snack, so I'm going to get this all mixed up. I think that should be good there. I forgot to get my dish out, so I'll have to get that out. I wish I didn't forget to do that. I'm going to spray my dish. Probably don't really even need to. And I'm just going to form my meatloafs. I'm down to one glove. So our meatloafs are all done. Now I'm going to just mix up the glaze with ketchup, mustard, and brown sugar. But I wanted to show you Jacob's craft that he made. He's so creative. So he took this, it's sitting on a water bottle, and he's got a little push pin in there. And he did have like a little arrow, on it, and then you spin it, and whatever it would land on. And he had all the little things on it, so it would stop on each one. Anyway, he told me today that he was getting rid of it, but he made that last week, and I just thought it was so creative. I guess they were things that you had to go and do. If you landed on it, you had to go and touch the garbage can, spell 10 times, win. I don't know what you win. Skip, do 10 push-ups, flush the toilet. So they were all like little, go sit on a chair, read a book. Anyway, I just thought that the idea was cute. I'm going to make my glaze. The dog is looking to go out to use the washroom, so I'll be back in one sec. So I'm just going to mix this in a little bowl. I'm not even going to measure it. I don't have much brown sugar here anyway, but some brown sugar. Some ketchup. Actually, that might have been too much brown sugar. And a little bit of mustard. I feel like that was too much brown sugar. So that's that. I might add just a touch more. I don't want it to be too sweet. Come on. So then you're going to spread these on your meatloafs, and we're going to bake these 350 for an hour. I'm going to cover this and just put it in the fridge for now. And we're gonna let the dog in so she stops barking. And I'll see you back here when I figure out what I'm gonna have with the meatloaf. Okay, so I've decided that I'm going to do the corn on the cob as our side with our meatloaf. So I got the kids to help me husk this corn, and I have it. I'm going to do it in my Instant Pot because I find that's the easiest way to do it, because I can just set it and you know, kind of just forget it, set it, and I'll just let it naturally release. I was just reading on Pinterest there that you know, to get it out right away, but last time I made it, I let it naturally release and I just let it sit in there on the keep warm setting, and it turned out great. So I'm just going to do that again because we have to go and get Jacob. But it also said to alternate your layers, you know, change direction of your layers for better airflow. So I have 3 layers in here, and I just have them going, you know, the opposite way each layer. So I'm going to get my lid on there. I'm hoping that that's not too much corn in there. Make sure that this is set. Oh my goodness, the dust on here. You can tell that I haven't used this in a little while. Make sure it's set to sealing. I don't know. I have quite a bit in there, so I'm going to just do 4 minutes and hope that that is long enough. So we're going to have our corn on the cob. We're going to have our meatloaf. So that is set, and that will just do its thing and cook. Look at the dust on this. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so our corn's going to cook. I'm going to get this cleaned up, and it'll be time to go and get Jacob very soon, so we'll catch up with you in a bit. I'm just getting ready to put my meatloaf in the oven. So I have my oven preheating to 350. This dish was in the fridge, so I'm going to put it in now while the oven preheats because I don't want it to break with the temperature change. And our corn is done, so I'm going to check this. Oh, it looks perfect. So I cooked it for 4 minutes, and that seems, oh, I'm steaming up here. It looks, that looks really good, so I'm just going to put the lid back on that, and that can sit and stay warm while our meatloaf cooks. And I'm actually going to check downstairs and see if I have any instant potatoes. So this is how supper's looking. We're kind of in a rush because we have to be at the ball field, but our meatloaf is all cooked, and our corn on the cob. I just took some out, and then the rest are still sitting in the Instant Pot, and Ben just said, this looks like the best supper ever, so... You're going to have some meatloaf, Audrey? Alright, so me and Jacob, well, Jacob is getting ready to make some cake mix cookies. So it's a rainy day here today, so we're going to make some of these cookies. They're super fast and they're super easy, and they're really, really good. They're nice and chewy. So do you want to show them what we need for the cake mix cookies?
I need this.
So you have our cake mix. We're using chocolate, but you can use rainbow, or you can use white. You can use any kind.
2 eggs and oil.
And a half a cup of oil. That's all you need. So Jacob, you can get the scissors and open up the cake mix. We have the oven is preheating to 350 degrees. So Jacob has all his ingredients in there. Oh, carefully, you don't, you can stir carefully so all this stuff stays in the bowl. So it's just 2 eggs and a half a cup of oil. So you can mix it either by hand or with the mixer. Jacob wanted to use the spoon. And then we're just going to bake them at 350 degrees for 10 minutes, and you don't want to overbake them.
It smells good.
Yeah, it does. Did you want to add anything to them? Chocolate chips or anything?
Yeah.
Okay, Jacob wants to add some chocolate chips, so I'm going to get those out. So I found some chocolate chips in the freezer, and I found some of these Score Chippets. So I told Jacob, excuse Emily in the background, I told Jacob he could put in whatever he wanted. Probably not too many of those. Cookies are done. We're going to put them in the oven. We're going to set the timer, watch out Daisy, for 10 minutes. You okay to put them in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just put them in.
Yeah, the other way though. Yes, like, yeah, that way. You don't put your arm to the door or anything. So there's Jacob's cookies. They're looking really good. I tried one and they are super delicious. They're nice and soft. I cooked these for 11 minutes. But anyway, they're looking good. The kids are waiting for them to cool so they can have them, but they're still just a little bit soft yet. And then there was just 4 that wouldn't fit. They probably would have fit on the cookie sheet before, but anyway, there was enough to make 4 more cookies, so I'm going to pop these in the oven. But these are the easiest cookies, and they're just so fast if you want to make something in a hurry. And they're really good, so you should give them a try. But that is all of the meals that I have to share with you in this video. It turned out a little bit longer than I had anticipated. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing these meals, and maybe you'll give some of them a try for your own family. If you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from our family, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.